Hey there, Sag. Welcome to Saged Muse. If this is your first time here, this is a Sagittarius channel, and you can really apply this to any Sagittarius placement you might have. You may find help and healing and guidance. I hope so, and inspiration, because that's what Sagittarius is about, right? So I'm doing a finance and career reading, which is something I haven't done here previously, but I felt like, let's do something different. If you're finding you would like more of these kind of messages and see more career, you know, readings, please let me know in the comments. I always welcome your feedback in terms of the readings that you like the most. It's all about you. So, I am a Sagittarius Sun and Moon. In case anyone's wondering, I'm very much invested in this channel from a personal aspect for sure. So, we invite the presence of loving spirit to bring help and healing here. May divine love bless and inform us and bring blessings and guidance to all. Yes, yes. So let's get started, okay? So, we're taking a look at where your career and finances may be right now and where they may be going, where you might find help or, some advice that this might inspire you. You know, we all need money, am I right? And there's nothing wrong with loving money. I love money, okay, for sure, because, money equals freedom. Freedom equals living the life we want to live, and unfortunately, that requires cash. So, so let's get to it, Sagittarius. So the overall energy, right, is Othala. Okay. Now this is a rune and it kind of speaks to where you're at right now or, something you may be feeling. And that is, Othala is about traditions. It's about the way things have always been done, probably the way that you have been conditioned to think about career and money from your family, and kind of, we are very influenced. We are conditioned to the way we think we should do things, right? I know I personally have very much felt this. I never would have taken on this kind of career if I stuck with, the way that I was led. And the way I was led was like everyone else. You get a job and you, the regular way. Okay. And today we are very much growing out of the grind culture, out of, the way that our parents and our grandparents did it, where, you work yourself to death and, the, and just, with Sagittarius does very well in a lot of careers. Careers, Sagittarius doesn't mind being in the spotlight. If you take a look, there's quite a few. Taylor Swift, Jay-Z, Miley Cyrus, Nicki Minaj, who happens to be my spirit animal. But I'm just saying that, like, Sagittarius doesn't mind being in the spotlight. And there are we are also, Sagittarius rules the ninth house, which is about spirituality, right? And so you may have found yourself doing what you were conditioned to do, doing what was expected of you, the way everyone always did it. Because, a lot of what spirituality is unlearning the ideas that have been planted inside us from birth, right? And I feel like that's what is happening right now. I feel like you may have done that for a while, but now you're kind of forging your own path and figuring out what that is. And that may look very different from, what you were taught and what your family or the people around you expected. And that can cause some problems, Sag. It definitely can. I can personally attest to that. I find personally people often think that this is a hobby for me. Okay, because it's different, and Sagittarius always forges a different path. Just remember that. So what's influencing this is you may be changing direction, Sag. Pathway and coffin is here. So whatever path you were on, you may have decided that could look like, you you've worked this job for a long time, and just one day you wake up and you say, you know what, this job isn't for me. This isn't what I really want to do. But I feel like you may be changing direction when it comes to career and finance. And that may have something to do with something someone gives you. Okay, so gift and journey. Now it could be something you learn while you're traveling, but what I feel like, there is something that someone gives you, which, whether that's an opportunity, whether that's money, whatever that is, that kind of gets you on a different path. And I do feel like this comes from someone else, but it could be that you're just feeling like this new path is what you're really supposed to do, and it's a gift to you, right? So underneath the deck was the Page of Wands, the Eight of Wands, and the Nine of Cups. Which is very much Sagittarius energy. Sagittarius is the Page of Wands. Okay? It could be that you receive news on this new direction, right? With the Eight of Wands, this also speaks to communication and an unexpected change. So, this can be an offer. This could be good news where you're, being offered an opportunity and this is something that really resonates with your emotions. It's like a wish fulfilled. It's something you want to do. And God knows, Sagittarians, we don't do what we don't want to do. We might do that for a while, because I spent years in regular jobs I had to do to get by. But, it seems like now you may be feeling like this new direction, this is your way to go. But it's very interesting because there is a lot that goes on here. Okay, and we're going to take a look at it. So your current financial situation, just so you can see it, the Five of Swords and the Empress. The Empress is a very spiritual card. Okay, now the Empress is abundance, but this is also about, like, I feel like with money, you maybe feel defeated in terms of, maybe you've been growing something or wanting to grow your finances. And, it could be also that people are against what it is you want to do. You may be facing some opposition here, because with the Five of Swords, that tends to talk about, haters and people fighting against us, right? And us having to walk away from that. And I feel like this might have to do with something you believe is going to be financially good. And this is something new, something that you actually resonate with, definitely, because the Empress is all about love, right? And this is something that you attracted. And I feel like there's going to be opposition. There's going to be people that are against this, Sag. And, that can be difficult for sure, and what's interesting is that in terms of some alternate means of income, okay? So sometimes, definitely when we're trying to grow something new, we still have to make money. Right. And, it could be that situation, whether you're starting a new business or, whatever it is, you still need to make money. So you still need to, be aware of alternate forms of income. Right. And the Four of Cups is here with the Six of Wands. I feel like there was something that you did in the past that wound up being disappointing. It didn't give you the success that you wanted. You may be getting new attention in regards to that, because maybe in the past you were disappointed at the lack of success. Suddenly there seems to be a rebirth of something that you used to do, because we're seeing the Queen of Wands, Judgment, This was something definitely that you moved on from because maybe it wasn't working, and that's the Queen of Wands. It can also be Sagittarius energy. We have this tendency sometimes to move on too quick from things. When we don't see they're working, we're just like, okay, well, I'll do something else. I'll do something else. Because, the Ten of Swords is with it. But with the Sun, there's a possibility here of a renewal, of doing something you used to do, which can bring in some alternate income. So this could be a side hustle you do while you're trying to grow something new. But it's almost like there's a return to life with this, and this was definitely something that you moved on from because you felt it wasn't working. And suddenly you can see that it has the opportunity to be abundant. It could be that someone is, is giving you an opportunity for this. So if you all of a sudden start thinking about trying something again that you used to do, this could actually be a very good side hustle for you. Okay, I don't see it as the main thing. I see it as you still, going towards this new thing you're trying to grow, to improve your finances. Because, in terms of the new thing that you're moving towards, right now, is it very financially viable? It's in the beginning stages. So it will be. But in the meantime, you need to make money. So definitely with the Sun, you will be seeing abundance with something you thought was dead, something you moved on from, something that wasn't working. And I feel like, it's kind of hard because I feel like this thing, you really believed in it. You were really confident that it was going to work. And when it didn't work, I feel like it was painful for you, right? So, and I am kind of feeling like this starts as something side-ish for you. I don't actually feel like you feel like it's the thing that's going to be key to your abundance. I've been thinking about this too. So the outcome here is Temperance, the Knight of Swords, the Seven of Wands, and the Wheel of Fortune. Like, wow. Wow. So I do feel like I feel like there's something you figure out about this thing you used to do that actually, because, temperance is bringing things into balance. So, of course, you look at what didn't work in the past and how do I make it work? How do I forge forward with it? To make it work. And this has to do really, Sag, a lot with, getting your voice out there. Because we were seeing the Six of Wands and the Seven of Wands, it's like people are paying attention to whatever it is you're putting forth, right? And it does lead to this growing and definitely turning things in your favor, because the Wheel of Fortune, it could just have also been telling you that when you did it before, maybe it wasn't the right time, but maybe now's the right time. So, this could go either way for you. This could be the thing that you're growing, and, but I also feel like you're trying to grow something new. I definitely do. But so there are several things going on here for sure. And so we're going to take a look at, some actions you might want to take, changes you might want to make more money. Yeah. And then we'll round it off with some advice for you, Sagittarius. Sagittarius, career and finance. What actions does Sag need to take towards career and finance? Career and finance. Or some actions Sagittarius needs to take in career and finance. the Fool reversed, Five of Cups, and the Magician. Interesting. Interesting. So some actions you might want to take, Sagittarius, is the Fool reversed, Five of Cups, and the Magician. Now the Magician, takes something from nothing and makes it something. And it also takes, it's like turning things better, right? Making things better. So they definitely use things that weren't working to apply to make it work. And that's the sense I'm getting here is like, maybe in the past when you did this thing, whatever it was, you were unprepared. You didn't have an effective plan. And now, the universe is asking you, well, take a look at what didn't work and figure out how to make those things work. So be prepared before you take it on, essentially. The Two of Wands, the Three of Wands, and the King of Swords. Yeah, you're being led to have a more effective plan this time around and to think about solutions. So there is really a need to think about and take a look back and see possibly why it didn't work out last time. How can you, what changes can you make? What details need to be tended to before you take this on again? Because that's the Three of Wands. I mean, the Three of Wands is getting the things you ask for, but there's always details to take care of first. And with the Two of Wands, that's about planning too. And it's also planning, your road forward. Are you prepared to do this again, right? With the Page of Swords, the Six of Cups, and the Ten of Pentacles. Oh my goodness, Sag. Like, definitely, the Page of Swords is you're learning something, it could be the Six of Cups. This is definitely something about how to make this work this time around. It actually leads to your ultimate abundance here. So think hard about it, Sag, about what this thing is. And, you may be taking a second try at it. The universe is telling you now is the time, but don't just jump in again. Maybe you jumped in the past. There are details first to take care of. There are things to look at. Oh, boy. Okay. Okay. So let's get some advice from the universe about this path, this career path for Sagittarius. And, what's the future energy here? Future energy on this for career and finance for Sagittarius. Oh, Three of Pentacles. Okay. Maybe last time you took this on by yourself and now you're being called to collaborate with others. And there may actually be people who do want to work with you, and that may be the gift. That's also about resources showing up. Maybe there's people who want to invest in it. Oh, yes, you're receiving help. The King of Pentacles can often be a mentor. So definitely this time around, what's happening is that there are people that want to work with you. There are people that want to invest in this with you, right? And you're going to receive help from someone like a King of Pentacles. That can be someone who is in this field or in this business, who has been successful at this thing you're embarking on, who will give you some really solid advice and maybe even be investing in your business. But with the Five of Cups, this is the person you go to correct the things that didn't work. Wow, okay. Yeah, Eight of Swords on the bottom with the Hangman and the Ace of Swords. Okay. So you will, and the Two of Swords. I mean, I feel like what happens is you see the opportunity. You're not really sure whether you want to do it or whether you can do it. So you take some time to think about it. Because, last time you did this, there were problems. And this may be the thing that you're growing in this current space and time or coming up, right? It may be the thing. This may not be a side hustle. This may be the main thing, or just figuring out how to make it work this time. Wow, Sagittarius, Nine of Pentacles, with the Three of Wands again, and the Death card. See, what's different this time, Sag, is that resources are showing up for you. Maybe it didn't work the last time because you didn't have the resources. Sagittarius always finds resources. Or maybe you thought you didn't. You thought you didn't have the resources to take this on. That's changing. That's no longer the case. And here we have the High Priestess, the Empress, the Tower, and the Chariot. Yeah, I feel like you're figuring it out. I feel like you are figuring out, and you definitely come in, you're definitely figuring out how to make this work this time. Because of something, it could be intuition you feel, and this also could be a career as a healer. But what you're doing is you're figuring out why it didn't work last time. And you're definitely receiving help here. And this is definitely going to help you move forward to success. Okay, Sag. Definitely. And then here we see the Three of Pentacles again. There's something really in this about maybe you took this on by yourself last time. And now this time around, it's about collaboration. Okay, Sag. And it's about collaboration, and not just that, but like others investing in this with you. So you don't have to carry the whole load yourself, Sagittarius. Love this. So let's see what you're learning from all this, Sag. What is Sagittarius learning here? What is Sagittarius learning? What is Sagittarius learning from all this? Adversity. I accept the challenges. Yeah, what you're learning is that, the mistakes that we make actually lead to our biggest successes. Because, not knowing what doesn't work really leads to us knowing what works, right? Yeah, I love it. What is Sagittarius learning? Grief. I understand that losing something. Yeah, like there were challenges last time, but now that you look at it, you thought you lost something, but really it's showing you how to succeed. Wow. And this is actually opening up the opportunity for your freedom, like we talked about in the beginning. So I love this, Sagittarius. So, of course, let me know what you think. And I will talk to you soon. Toodles.